Reports keep coming in from other U-boats on the American East Coast. Ship after ship is being sunk, most of them unarmed, all of them unescorted. The Americans are not prepared for a war. Our encounter with the enemy's patrol boat confirms this. I am still in disbelief. To us, accustomed to over 2 years of bitter fighting, it is inconceivable that any ship would leave harbor without a strong armament or escort. Sending out a patrol boat, technically a warship, out here on its own, only armed with machine guns, seems insane to us. What was the boat supposed to do when it finds a submarine? Report its position and hope that its mere presence scares it off long enough until a properly equipped warship can arrive? Yell at it? Now its crew is dead, and the people who sent them out here are, in my eyes, just as responsible for that as we are. Hello there, and welcome to a new episode of our amazing Silent Hunter 3 campaign with the OneAlex Mod Edition. It is currently still the 25th of January, 6:30 in the evening, so night has just set in. The moon is not... yes, it is in the sky, up there it is. Nice. It's almost a full moon. A few more days and we will have a full moon in the sky. But my crew have spotted something on the horizon ahead of us here. I can't see it right now, so I'm gonna ask. Where do you see it? Bearing 7. Right there. Turn towards that. Bring me the user to the bridge. We are gonna have a look at that. There is a shadow in the darkness. I'm not sure if you can see it. What the hell is that? Is that a funnel? A really, really thick funnel? It almost looks like it. Or are those two funnels? What is this? I think those are two... What ship has two funnels? I mean, what merchant? If this is a merchant. Is this a warship? Which way is it going? That's the more important question right now. And here's something that I want to do. So since it's night, start loading my remaining steam torpedo into tube number 2. That will take about 11 minutes. I hope we have those 11.5 minutes. It doesn't help if I bring in more men, yes? No, not at all. Load that torpedo. I want to be able to fire a salvo. Turn a little bit more. Okay. We are completing the turn. Now the question is, which way is this thing going? It seems to be going left to right. Yeah, it definitely is. It's going left to right. Turn on this bearing. Oh, by the way, we are still more or less in this area. This is where I sank the little patrol boat, so we are only about 26 kilometers away from it. Can delete that. This is getting interesting, this area here, I mean. But I really wonder what kind of ship this is. It looks unusual. And I'm a little bit concerned that it is a warship. I'm not sure. Do my eyes deceive me? Is this one thick funnel that this thing has, or are those two separate funnels? If those are two separate funnels, as I said, what kind of not warship has two funnels? I'm gonna keep a very good eye on this thing as we close the distance. A very, very good eye. We are gaining on it. Yes, we are. We are gaining on it, that's good. We are definitely faster. But we'll need about 9 more minutes anyway to load that torpedo. So, let's skip ahead and I'll resume the video once I'm closer to that thing and once that torpedo is loaded. Welcome back. A few minutes have passed. We have loaded that torpedo into the tube and we are closer to the enemy ship. By the way, I think I am more or less at a 90-degree AOB. So looking at this, it looks like their heading is 30 degrees. But there are also some other things that I am now able to observe. First of all, those are two funnels. What the hell is this? Why does this thing have two funnels? It's unusual. It's a very unusual layout for what appears to be a merchant ship. Second, I'm not 100% sure yet, but there is something on the stern there. There seems to be, if my eyes are not deceiving me, it looks like there might be a raised gun platform on the stern. But I'm not sure. Also, they are going relatively fast. A lot of minutes have passed now, with me trying to overhaul this ship, and yes, we are gaining on it, but it's a slow progress. If they are armed, then I have to make some real tough decisions. I would like to engage on the surface, particularly because the depth in this area is shallow. It's quite shallow and it's getting shallower. So there's not really much room to dive. Therefore, I would really like to stay on the surface to be safe. But if they have a gun, then maybe submerging is a bad idea for our attack. But regardless of what I do at the end, I need to get further ahead from this thing. I need to overtake them. And that's gonna take a few more minutes to get far enough ahead to get into a position from where I can start the attack, regardless of how that attack will be. I could also start a gun duel. But I feel that that wouldn't be smart if that is indeed a gun. Let's not take any great risks. But you know what? I'll show you. Some of you in one of the previous videos where I had a gun duel with a merchant wrote into the comments, why am I having a gun duel with them? That's not something that would usually happen. Well, I tend to disagree, because I did receive a radio message at some point earlier. Let me see if I can find it again. Yeah, there we go. On the 25th, from U-123, stationed in CC-79, long artillery duel with British SS Culebra, 3,000 tons. Accident with flag, 2 crew wounded, war correspondent Töle badly wounded, ship sunk by gunfire, people in lifeboats were given with food, fresh water and can opener. Hardigan. Long artillery duel. They were shooting at each other. Yes, that is something that happened. And sometimes things went wrong for the U-boat. But you have to remember, a U-boat, it's small. Compared to a ship, compared to a merchant, it's a very small target. And a fast one too. With a really fast firing gun that can really scare the crap out of the gunners on an enemy merchant. But this thing here, I'm still not sure. Might be a gun, might not. I can't say anything about the nationality yet, we are still too far away. Well, I'll stay surfaced at least until I find myself in a good position to either start an attack run on the surface or a good position ahead of them where I can dive and wait for them to pass me. Something like that. So, let me pause the video here and I'll see you again in a few moments. Welcome back. I'm still not exactly where I want to be to engage this ship, but I decided to do something else in the meantime. I am measuring their speed and I just wanted to show you how I'm doing this. So earlier I have determined their course by basically having a look at their 90-degree AOB. And I'm now sailing on a parallel course, which is 30 degrees. I placed my USO line on the center of the ship, actually right in front of the front funnel there. And then I started the clock and tried to match their speed. Well, first I tried to match their speed, then I started the clock. And I'm now sailing at a little bit over 9 knots. And I'm pretty much keeping pace with them. I seem to be just a tiny bit faster. In the 2 minutes that I let the clock run, we gained a few meters on them. So I'm able to determine that their speed is 9 knots. That's basically also how it was done a lot of time, or most of the times in real life. This is how they did it. In many reports from that time, you read how they gathered the targeting data, and a lot of the times it says Ausdampfen. That might mean multiple things. That might be the Ausdampfverfahren, a method where we are basically sailing on a collision course with them to determine their speed. Or it might mean the method that I'm employing right now, where I try to match their speed as much as I can without a change in distance to them, so without me getting closer or further away, basically sailing on a parallel course. And if I can maintain a bearing, then I'm matching their speed. So at this point we know that they are sailing at the speed of 9 knots. We won't have to measure that again, which is very nice. I just wanted to let you know that. So let's continue to get into a position and then we will turn in and head towards them. I'm still unsure in regards to the gun that might be on the stern or not. There is something, I think, but it might also just be an empty, like, gun platform thing. Or something else, I don't know. We'll see. Let's continue. Alright, we are now closing in. There is our target. Still can't tell if that's a gun or not. I hope this thing here in front is just a crane and not a gun. But you know what? We know which way they're going. We know their speed. There's no reason to risk anything really. Instead, we're gonna slow down. And I will soon submerge the boat, I think. Let me just get a little bit closer.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus.
But I'm gonna soon submerge. And we'll get into a nice position for a 90-degree attack. I think that is the most... well, the most opportune decision to make here. Yeah. There's no need for me to really maneuver after we have shot. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, you know, I could try to shoot one torpedo first, see if that torpedo detonates, and if it doesn't, shoot another. But I can do that while I'm submerged too. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, okay. No, I will submerge the boat. I think it's the better decision here. Horizons are clear. We are closing in on them and their track. We should be able to get into a good position and to sink them. Turn to 300.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs 300. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs 299.
This will put us onto a 90-degree intercept. We'll close the distance a bit more. We are going to submerge, prepare our torpedoes, and then we are gonna sink this thing. That's the plan. Are we still gaining on them or are they gaining on me? Let me have a quick look. Where are they? There they are. Our turn has stopped. They're actually gaining on me now.
Jawohl,
Speed
Herr
up the
Kaloin.
boat.
Volle Fahrt voraus.
And turn a little bit more right.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs 300.
Yeah, that's good. This should help us to gain on them again. Yes, we do. I want to get a little bit closer. We can start setting up our torpedoes. This ship, size-wise, it seems to be quite low in the water. Tube 2, depth 5 meters. 5.5. Impact, medium speed. Ship speed, 9 knots. AOB directly in front of us will be 90 degrees. 90 degrees starboard, excuse me. There we go. Distance doesn't matter, since we're doing a 90-degree attack. Torpedo 3, medium speed, impact 5.5 meters. Same parameters otherwise. That means we will be shooting when the ship is at a bearing of 347.5. Good. We are now rapidly closing the distance. I'll submerge soon. Yeah, in fact, I think I will submerge. I will submerge now. Down to periscope depth.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Auf Seerotiefe gehen.
Let's hope they don't see the massive fountain of water that is being thrown up by our conning tower, cutting into the water. And by that I mean this here. I think we are okay. I don't think they saw that.
Derzeitige Tiefe 1,0.
Electric engines are on. Good. Stay at this speed. 1 minute. Then we will slow down and start final preparations for shooting them. It's now midnight. Time passes quickly when you're on the hunt. No, it's not midnight, excuse me, it's 7:30 in the evening. This is base time. Local time is 7:30. I'm a little bit scatterbrained today. Oh well. It will be enough to go and sink this thing. Okay. Prepare to slow down the boat. Now.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus.
I'm going up into the conning tower, to the attack periscope. We are starting. Target identified. Target is now gaining on me. I want to be closer than this. Down periscope. Speed up.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Volle Fahrt voraus.
Another minute. Good, at 7 knots. We should be getting closer rapidly here. Oh boy. This is exciting. This is always an exciting moment when you are closing in on a target, and there's so much that can go wrong. So much. But then again, if things go right, there's such a huge reward. That ship, it's not the biggest, but I guess that will be about maybe 5,000–6,000 tons, something like that. So yeah, I would very much like to sink that. I'll hit it with one torpedo. Even if the torpedo doesn't sink it outright, I'm confident enough in my ability to finish it off with the deck gun, if necessary. One torpedo is gonna do a huge amount of damage to it. Okay, get ready to slow down again. And now.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus.
Let me go up here. And I'll place myself onto here. And we'll have a look through the periscope. How far away are we, more or less? Let's see. Optical height is 2.5. Mast height, let's go with 25. We are still 2 kilometers out. Down periscope. And speed up the boat. Maybe I submerged a little bit too soon. Hydrophone operator, on station please. I need you to keep track of this thing. Follow the nearest sound contact. Ah, you didn't pick it up yet. Okay, you need a moment. It always takes him a little moment. Let's see, sound contact. Yeah, okay, there we go. Follow that. 326. We need to fire at 347. So we still have time.
Frachter auf 327. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
Closing the distance. I think I'll slow down when the bearing reaches 330.
Auf 328. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
Oh, let's go with 335. Then we should really be close enough.
329. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
Okay, the change in bearing is slowing down seemingly.
Frachter auf 330. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
I have to be careful that we don't get too close. Let's wait a little bit longer. Then I'm gonna slow down and have a look.
Frachter auf 331. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
On 331. Target is on course. Ah, come on.
Frachter auf 332. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
Oh. Sometimes this thing is a bit finicky. There we go. Course 30. Bearing 332.
Frachter auf 333. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
Yeah, get ready to slow down the boat.
Frachter auf 334. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
I'm gonna go back into the conning tower.
Frachter auf
To the periscope.
335.
Jawohl,
Slow down.
Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus.
Immediately the boat is slowing down.
Frachter auf 336. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
Okay. Where's the periscope?
Frachter auf 337. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
Target. Open tube 3.
Frachter auf 338. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
We are ready to fire. Distance to target. Let's see.
Frachter auf 339.
Optical
Entfernung
height.
gleichbleibend.
4. Assuming a mast height of 25 meters, I think it's actually a little bit more.
340. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
1.5 kilometers more or less. Further away than I want to be.
Frachter
But it's
auf
fine.
342. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
As long as we have our firing parameters right, this is fine.
Frachter
Everything's
auf
set up.
343. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
Tube open.
Frachter auf 345. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
Get ready.
Frachter auf 346.
Torpedo.
Entfernung gleichbleibend.
Los.
Rohr 3. Los.
Down periscope.
Jawohl,
Speed
Herr
up.
Kalloin. Beide Maschinen
347.
AK voraus.
Entfernung gleichbleibend. Frachter auf 349. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
That is our torpedo. Straight ahead of us. This is the merchant.
Frachter auf 351. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
And hopefully, both are going to meet.
Frachter auf 352. Entfernung gleichbleibend. Frachter auf 354. Entfernung gleichbleibend. Frachter auf 355.
Jawohl,
Slow
Herr
down.
Kalloin. Ein
Entfernung
Drittel Fahrt
gleichbleibend.
voraus.
Frachter auf 358. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
Hit.
Frachter auf 0. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I can now confirm a gun.
Frachter auf 2. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
Gun confirmed. Turn us...
Frachter auf
around.
Entfernung
Jawohl,
gleich
Herr
bleiben.
Kaloin.
Parallel course.
3-0.
I can now confirm a gun. They just fired a star shell, I guess.
Auf
Yeah, they
2.
did.
Entfernung gleich bleiben.
Fired a star shell into the sky. Won't help them though. So now I will stay on a parallel course, try to keep up with them,
5-1. Entfernt
and
sich.
we'll wait for a dozen minutes or so just to see if they are going down or not. I'll bring you back once I know more.
Auf 3-4-0. Entfernt sich.
Because this is, I believe this might take a little bit of time now.
Frachter auf 3-2-9. Entfernt sich.
Welcome back. We are starting to run into a very solid problem. The ground.
Kaloin. Tiefe unter Kiel ist 6.
The depth is very much decreasing that we have beneath our keel. And I don't think I will be able to go much further here. The waters are getting extremely shallow. And that makes me nervous. Having only so few meters under my keel, that's concerning. I don't want to scrape the bottom of my boat again, so I think we have no other choice but to surface soon. And you know what? Our target? I don't think it's doing too well. If we take a quick look through the observation periscope, target is somewhere this way. There it is. It seems to be basically dead in the water. Going extremely slow. I mean, we are now forging ahead at 4 knots and we are rapidly gaining on it. So I think it's pretty much dead in the water. We know that there's a gun platform in the rear. But if I can get in front of the ship, it's not gonna matter. I will be able to surface and use my deck gun to finish them off. And that is currently my plan. So we are gonna turn this way. And I'm gonna try to get ahead of them. Actually, I could just surface and do it like that, because once we're on the surface, we will be in front of this thing in no time. Our speed will be great enough to carry us there before the gun can even turn our way. Yeah, down periscope. Full speed ahead. I'll wait until we pick up enough speed, then we are going to surface, and I'm gonna position us in front of that ship, and I'm gonna keep us there. I don't think they will be able to turn very much. So if I'm a little bit careful, I should be able to make sure that we don't even present ourselves to their gun. Okay, I think this is sufficient. Surface the boat.
Vorne um 10, hinten kommen auch auf 5.
Boat is rising and broaching.
Erste Seewache sich klar machen.
Okay, Chief Engineer. I don't want battery recharge now. Let's go up to the bridge. Wait, where are they? Ah, there they are. And yeah, we are basically already in front of them. Watch officer. Gun crew to the deck. Hold fire for a moment. Oh well. Never mind. Fire drill.
Feuer frei.
They will have seen us now. First hit. Next hit, yeah. They will be going down in a very short time. Okay, they do have... looks like a machine gun or something like that that's shooting at us from the stern. But even that won't be able to do that for too long. Getting good hits here. Started another fire. Look at that. The fire is burning inside the hull and we can see it pouring out of that hole that we just made. They are done. They are gonna be down in a few moments. Another explosion on board. Slow us down.
Horche rückwärts. Horche Achtung.
Bring the user to the
Jawohl, Herr
bridge.
Kaloin.
Let me have a look through this. Where are you? There you are. Look at that fire, that's awesome. Okay guys, I wouldn't mind a few more hits. Nice. Fire is increasing. They are done. I think I could stop shooting now and they are gonna sink in a few minutes. We put a few additional holes into their hull. Let me go down to my gun crew to motivate them to shoot a little bit better. Come on, give me 1 or 2 more hits and then I'm gonna tell you to stop shooting. That might be a hit there. Nice. That was a miss. Yeah, the angle is bad. I noticed that the gun crew is getting really inaccurate when we are shooting at a narrow angle. So if the ship is basically pointed at us or away from us. That's when they are not good. They seem to be quite effective when we are shooting at broadsides. Was that a hit? Or just an explosion on board? That was a hit. Okay. Gun crew, hold fire.
Feuer einstellen.
Hold fire for now. How many shells do I have left? 40. And she's going down. Okay. We just received a confirmation. Let's head that way.
Neuer Kurs 225.
Let's get a better look at that ship.
Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus.
Increase our speed.
Große Fahrt voraus.
Gun crew, yeah, you can secure the gun. We are done here. Watch crew on deck.
Seewache auf Brücke.
It's so shallow here, that thing can't even sink very
Jawohl,
far.
Herr Kaloin. Tiefe unter Kiel ist 1,5.
Yeah, 15 meters below keel. So that means if I submerge, there really isn't much room left. Very little room. If I'm at periscope depth, I'm at about 12 meters. So you can do the math how much room I have. I really did need to surface here. Wait, where's that there? Yeah, they're not doing too well. Let us
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
pass next to them.
Neuer Kurs 215.
Oh boy, there's so much fire. Oh wait, we turned a little bit too far, didn't we? Yeah, I don't want to head through all that smoke.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer
Please stay
Kurs
upwind.
221.
Thank you. That ship is burning fiercely. But that's another sinking for us. We have 40 more shells for the deck gun. We are starting to run low on deck gun ammunition. Not something that I expected to say in 1942. But this is the US East Coast in January of 1942. They really aren't as prepared as they should be. And our deck gun is actually very useful. I think we have enough ammunition for one more engagement if we should need it. But now we are gonna take a closer look at this thing. We are gonna determine what kind of ship we sank, if there are any survivors. And honestly, I'm curious to see how this thing will settle on the seafloor. There really can't be much space for that to happen. The masts will certainly, and the funnels, they will certainly be sticking out of the water. Still closing in. Target burning nicely. Oops, wrong button. Anything else on the horizon? Not right now. And that's good. I need to be careful that I don't get too close to that ship.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
If it suddenly explodes, I don't want to be next to it. But that thing is going down. What a pretty sight, isn't it? I don't see any lifeboats in the water. None at all. But maybe they are still busy getting off the ship, getting into the lifeboats. That might be the reason for that. Oh, also another great thing about the US East Coast. No aircraft. Oh, something just blew up. Something just blew up. That's gonna hasten their sinking, I guess. Fires are spreading. Explosions ripping new holes into the hull. Destroying bulkheads that may still be holding. Yeah, they're really not doing too well. Look at that thing. The torpedo hit was really beautiful, wasn't it? And by the way, now there is basically no reason to not load another electric torpedo in tube number 3. So we'll do that right away. Do I have enough men there? No. Let me bring in another one. I guess you can join them. Yeah, okay. If I want to fire a full salvo of electric torpedoes, I can still do that. I will just have to pull out the steam torpedo and load the electric torpedo. But that can be done if necessary. Getting closer. I'm curious, really, because of the two funnels. What kind of ship is this? But it is a pretty sight. Ship on fire like this. It looks really, really nice. It's very unfortunate for those poor souls, but it does look really nice. What kind of ship are you? That's what I'm curious about. What kind of merchant? Because evidently you are a merchant. Or are you a peasant? Did I just sink a passenger ship? Uh-oh. Is this a passenger ship? Oh no. Oh no. I thought it's a merchant. Oh, please don't tell me I just sank a passenger ship. I mean, it was armed. They were armed. That's gonna be my excuse. Well, I do hope that I didn't just sink a passenger ship. Did I? It's an American one. I can see the flag. The flag is actually on the stern, not on the mast. Okay. That's why I couldn't see it. Oh no. This is... I mean, could be a merchant. It has cranes and stuff. Okay, I think we are now in a position where we can identify the ship's name and everything. So let's go ahead and take a quick look. What did we sink? Medium merchant. Oh, thank God. 5,000 tons. Not a passenger ship. It's a medium merchant. The cranes, they are for cargo. It's just a medium merchant. An armed medium merchant. So absolutely fair game. No lifeboats in the water yet. So at this point, I am not gonna stop for them. I'm gonna send out a radio report. That we sank another ship. And we are gonna return to course.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Gehen wieder auf Kurs, Herr Kaloin. Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus.
Back into deeper waters. Last sinking here. Oh wow. So, I think this is gonna be it for today's episode. We sank another ship out here on the 25th, well, now the 26th of January. Well, local time... Okay, I'm confused. Wasn't it the 25th? Yes, it is actually the 25th, not the 26th. It's 26th base time, but local time it's still the 25th. Ha, okay. Yeah, well, regardless, we sank another ship today. And that's awesome. And now we're heading back out to sea, into deeper waters, away from these shallows here. And we hope that we find many, many more ships to sink. But until then, let me know in the comments what you think of today's episode, and I do hope that you have enjoyed it, and that you are looking forward to the next one. Until then, have some really great days, and goodbye.